Want to call the meeting to order for Tuesday, July 21st, 2026. Call the meeting to order. Our first order of business is the approval of the agenda.
I move to approve the agenda.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say nay. Okay, the next thing we move to is to the consent agenda. We're looking at the minutes from 7/7/26, the scheduled claims list, the special event Lumberyard Arts Center Fashion Show rehearsal, special event Lumberyard Arts Center Fashion Show, the special event Baker University noise waiver, and the special event Baker University street closure, and finally the special event Baker University noise waiver again. So
I needed to let you guys know that on the consent agenda, the last two, C6 and C7, have been canceled.
Okay.
So if somebody, when they approve it, can please just amend that.
Okay, good. Thank you.
I move to approve the consent agenda with the amendment of removing special event Baker University street closure and special event Baker University noise waiver.
I second it.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say nay. Passes. Next section is public comment section, where the public is allowed to come up and state an opinion or just make a comment. We just ask if you approach the podium that you please give your name and address. Do I have any takers?
Evening, Mayor and Commissioners. My name is Jonathan Smith, zip code 66044. Live in Lawrence, but I'm here representing Lawrence Douglas County Public Health, your local health department. One, wanted to thank you all for your public service and all that you do for residents of Baldwin City. Two, wanted to put a face to the name. Our team's out here quite a bit. Actually, just today, our WIC department, we recently expanded out to Baldwin City. So on the third Tuesday of every month, we now do WIC appointments at the LMH location out here. So your residents don't have to drive out to Lawrence to get their WIC appointments. All the septic inspections that happened out in the county, that's our team, childcare licensing, things like that. So didn't want to take up too much of your time, but wanted to introduce myself. And then also, if there's ever any more further opportunities for us to help improve the lives of Baldwin City residents, like you all, I'm a government employee, so my contact information is really easy to find. So feel free to reach out anytime. Thank you all.
Good, thank you.
Thank you.
Did you happen to bring a business card with you tonight? All right, good. Thank you, sir. I appreciate your time. Anyone else? I take it that's a no. Then we'll move on to any special reports or presentations. I see a no on that. So we'll move on to the old business, which is the food truck ordinance 1537. We had that on our last council meeting that we moved it over to this one for the second time. So any comments on that? Jay, since you kind of ran that up, do you want to comment or say anything?
Nothing to add from last time. No, I mean,
All right,
we
good,
explained it all pretty well and
good. Thank you.
answered questions that Scott had. And so I think we're
Good. All right, do I have a motion to approve the ordinance 1537 food truck ordinance?
I move to approve food truck ordinance 1537.
Do I have a second?
I second it.
Okay, I'm going to do a roll call. Julie,
Yes.
Scott,
Yes.
Corey,
Yes.
Peter,
Yes.
Jay.
Yes.
Ordinance is adopted. Food truck ordinance 1537. I want to make a comment too. Jay, thank you for your work on that. I know
No problem.
really-
Corey was involved too.
both of you, you really did a lot of work on it. I do appreciate it. So thank you.
No problem.
Okay, we're going to move on to new business, and we're going to look at the Uniform Public Offense Code 1538.
I did give that to Chief Patrick to review. So if you have any comments or
Hi, Council. All I can tell you is that each year we have to adopt the UPOC and the STO books, and we get them every year. Every year there's some type of change in them, whether it's clerical and they reformat some of the wording, or they add or they subtract some things from each of those two books. And if you want a detailed briefing on those, I can try to give that to you, but it's pretty standard throughout all Kansas cities.
Pretty routine.
It is
Yes,
very
it is very routine. Okay. Should we do those two separately? Okay, good. Do I have a motion to adopt Uniform Public Offense Code Ordinance 1538?
I motion to adopt Uniform Public Offense Code Ordinance 1538.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. Passes. The next one is Standard Traffic Ordinance number 1539. Chief, would you care to speak on that, or does it fall underneath the same umbrella? Okay, good enough. Thank you, sir. Do I have a motion for that?
Do we need roll call these as
Yeah.
ordinances?
Oh, do we roll call them?
That last one called.
Okay, then I'll back up. My fault. All right, let's back to 1538. Do I have a roll call? I'm going to start with Jay this time.
Yes.
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 Scott?
Yes.
Julie?
Yes.
Okay, passed. 1538. Now we're going to move on to Standard Traffic Ordinance 1539, which basically mirrors or goes along with 1538. Any comments on that? About this?
No, I motion to, this is why I don't do it. Approve the standard traffic ordinance 1539.
A second?
This time, Julie,
Yes.
Scott,
Yes.
Corey,
Yes.
Peter.
Yes.
Good. Motion passed for Standard Traffic Ordinance 1539. Our next order of new business is US 56 contract bidding and construction engineering, and we have a speaker for that tonight.
Good evening, Mayor.
Mayor.
Council. There, thought I heard myself. I'm Jason Hoskinson, engineer with BG Consultants. And yeah, I'm here tonight on a project that's actually been ongoing for quite a while now. Highway 56 improvements, corridor management improvements, basically from Eisenhower through First Street. So it's extending a 3-lane section and kind of improving intersection alignments, things of that nature. It's been on there for quite a while. There's a grant from KDOT that was awarded back in, I think, 2016, 2017. It's been carried forward through different, there were some delays with easement acquisitions and COVID and budgets and funding and all that. And we will have, I've been told we'll probably have KDOT approval to bid the project within the next week or two. They're pretty much happy with the layout as you see in the agenda packet there tonight. The city amended the contract with KDOT, what was it, later last year, I think it was, to increase the reimbursement amount to $2 million. So KDOT will reimburse the city $2 million on the construction cost of the project. Right now, we're estimating using bid averages. We're thinking that's probably in the 2.3 to 2.4 million range for this improvement. Hopefully, we can get some competition. We've actually been seeing some pretty good competition, a lot of interest in projects lately. So hopefully, we can get some contractors to sharpen their pencils on that and get a little lower. But the next steps to implement this project would be to go through a bidding process, and then also, well, I guess in conjunction with that, hire a firm to help you through the construction engineering side of it. So have a representative out there all times, KDOT certifications and all that, and we're qualified to do that. And I provided an hourly agreement that is in your agenda tonight. Our standard agreement would be hourly for the hours expended on it, to a maximum of $200,000 to help you through from where we're at today to basically ribbon cutting on the project. So, I think that's all I've got. Are there any questions you might have of me tonight?
we know a starting date for this? Just
Not yet. That'll be dependent on the contractor. Typically, it takes a month or two to get contracts and bonds and everything in place after the bid. So I would anticipate looking forward here. We'd probably come back in September to one of your council meetings in September to award a construction contract, review the bids and award a construction contract. Probably have them under contract by October-ish. And then there's a lot of precast materials and stuff that they'll have to order. So it's probably a late winter start, so early 2027. And we're anticipating about a 4-month process. So they'd work on one side of the road, carrying traffic on 56 the whole time, and then flip flop and do the other side and finish it all off. So there will be some side street closures while that happens. But we'll manage that, and there's a lot of notification requirements that the contractor will have to submit out and provide access to the sites around there. So,
Thank
you. Yes, sir.
I'm assuming that the little blue pipe on the diagram that goes along the side of it, is that underground sewer and wastewater?
Oh, no, that the blue on the south side there is actually a sidewalk connection.
Sidewalks. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's one of the other advantages of this project. So obviously realigning Eisenhower and widening that out for school traffic and things like that, but also providing a sidewalk connection down basically from Eisenhower and then along the south side of 56 over to 2nd Street. And then that would tie into your Safe Routes to School loop, which goes all the way down 2nd, loops down around High, and connects into your basically your community loop around town.
Do I remember that going down to First Street in a prior rendition?
Yeah, at one time we were planning on taking that down to First Street. Just looking at overall project costs and budgets and trying to manage where this was going. And at that time, there was maybe some talk about going farther west on First Street. There's not a plan for that now. The way this is going to be designed and built, though, that could be added in a future project. Might even be able to go after a TA grant or something like that to help fund extension of a trail to the east.
The problem is nothing to connect to there on First Street.
Right.
Just got to turn around or walk across the highway. But if we do more sidewalks, 2nd Street goes all the way down to, you should have that connecting. Yeah.
Yeah. And that was the thought behind that was on cost. It wasn't, if we took it out to First Street, it didn't really connect to anything. At least with what we've got here, it does provide a connective loop, a valid benefit to the community at this time.
Do you know if this includes any of the wastewater rerouting or anything like that? No. Okay.
No.
Is that on a separate one? Well, okay. Yes.
So this part of this project will help address some of our runoff issues.
I think that's what you were asking.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. Sorry.
Okay. Yeah.
So what we have over on 3rd Street, get a huge influx of water. That will help redirect some of that further down to that ditch that can handle that.
Okay.
So there is going to be some huge improvements as far as water is, as well as on Eisenhower, where that water store, liquor store is.
Yeah.
As well as those duplexes that have been built there. We usually see a huge influx of water through there. And that's part of the reason why some of those houses got built up through there that just got built to help with that flow as they move this project.
Yeah, that's a good point. A lot of these, the most of this area is just kind of an open ditch section, and the ditches are kind of minimal at best. This will be a new curbed section, storm drainage, curb inlets, pipes underground. It's all going to kind of we'll call it a major drainage way, just to the west of 2nd Street, to the left of 2nd Street there. And there's a box culvert under the highway right there. We'll be extending that out to do the improvements and tying everything into that.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Scott, do you have anything to add? Okay. So do we have a motion to accept this and move it forward?
So that's what we're needing is a acceptance of giving BJ Consultants the ability to bid out the job as well as do the construction observation for the project.
All right. I move to approve US 56 contract bidding and construction engineering.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Jay,
Yes.
Peter,
Aye. Or yes.
Yes.
Scott,
Yes.
Julie,
Yes.
accepted and passed. Thank
It
you.
took 20 years.
Our contract dates 2016, so 10 years for us. Thank you.
It's definitely going to be a positive for our citizens here in the community.
Mhm. Okay, now we're going to move on to the council committee reports. Budget and finance, Scott?
We did meet. Most of the agenda items were related to this budget effort that we've been doing. We did get a presentation from the Lake Committee as far as where they're at and what they're looking for from the city. And I don't know if they passed that on to the council. The rest of the council got to see that, but I know they went to Public Works. But basically, they were doing very, very well on donations and even some grants. And just to net it out, they thought that the most they would possibly need to do what they want to do was 20,000, and they thought that was probably not even going to be needed. But they were looking for a commitment, which obviously, committee doesn't make, and so really, it really has to come out of the Public Works. Right? Budget.
It's
So
in
we-
the parks.
We put it
Under parks. Okay.
So as part of the budget process, we had earlier, so I put in there $10,000
Okay.
out of the parks
So,
budget.
so it is in there relative to the increase from last year.
Yes.
Perfect. And it sounds like that's probably going to be sufficient. Okay, good. So that was the bulk of the conversation. We did talk about the workshops for both the budget process and the strategic plan, which we have next week on the 29th. Just to remind everybody, and that's at 7:00.
Yes.
Then following that, we were planning to do the final budget workshop on 8/11. Now, I've got a conflict, and I certainly don't need to be there, but I would propose to see if everybody amenable to do that, move it up to the next council meeting, which would be move it forward a week, and have it prior to the council.
Which is this?
This is the final budget workshop where we have the kind of the final conversation and get to something that then we go publish on
4th.
on the
What you were looking for?
is that yes.
It's 4th.
So just pull it in a week. Like I said, we can keep it where it's at. I'm good with that. Or
I'm fine with doing it for the council meeting. You're at a heavy stopping point at 7:00. So if we think it's going to take a little longer than an hour, I'd maybe go 5:30. But if not,
well, I think the intent of that workshop is to take what we were presented and then have a discussion around changes that council would like to see relative with this, right? So it's really that, and then end up with a budget that then they take and publish it on what day is that? 10 days before what day, Russ?
That'd be the 20th. We could potentially publish for the hearing. The hearing's on
Right.
on 12/1, but we can do it on 8/20 is when we would publish.
Okay. And you meant 9/1, not 12/1, right?
No, 8/1 or 8/20. Yeah, between 8/20 and 9/20, you can do it anytime during.
Okay. So that's just you guys. I think an hour. I mean, unless you guys think we need more.
that's kind of what I was trying to take the temperature of.
Well, but then we still have more time. I mean, you heard about
Yeah.
if we have
Right.
to do another one because we can't do it in an hour, then there's more time to do it before we have to publish.
No, I think 6:00 would be great.
So what are we doing?
I'm okay with going.
Okay.
I'm okay with
We're talking about 6 o'clock on the 4th of August. That council meeting at 7 will start 6 o'clock with a budget workshop. Okay. I appreciate you guys accommodating. May or may not be on time, but start without me.
Are you sure? So then next Tuesday would be the strategic planning.
Yeah, and
Wednesday.
Next
Wednesday.
Wednesday,
At what time?
7 o'clock.
7 o'clock.
7 o'clock. Okay. I want to make sure I'm
I may or may not be able to make that.
29th.
We'll get you rather than just scraping it off the website, we'll get you a copy of the presentation of what the current strategic plan looks like, so you can look at it ahead of time and develop some thoughts and questions or whatever. So we'll get that to you ahead of time.
Good. Thank you.
Okay. And next meeting this Friday, 9 o'clock, second floor of City Hall.
Is there a reason we did the work session on a Wednesday instead of a Tuesday?
Yeah, there was.
Yeah, so I wouldn't get divorced. No, I'm
Pretty much all he said. So what are you going to do?
That's pretty much it. So the county fair is going on, and that's the day I always volunteer at the fair, and
Okay.
for being the poultry superintendent for the Douglas County Fair, and so it's an all
Name
day.
dropping
It's
here.
it's an all day event. So come out to the fair and enjoy everything. So, but yeah,
Well, I mean, you've got a conflict.
Potentially.
but we can. I mean, we
You
can.
can move it out another day, or I mean, the intent was just to get through this, so we all at least have it in our minds when we do the final budget, right? Or are we
Yeah, I get it. It's necessary.
Mhm.
ideally?
I would potentially have a conflict on that Thursday.
Okay.
But if we move the time up, Corey, would that help you or no?
No,
No. Okay.
but it may have been a non-issue.
Okay, we'll just leave it at. We'll leave the change to move it to 6 o'clock on August 4th. All right. Go ahead.
Good. Thank you, Scott. Community Development, Corey.
We meet next week, Monday, 4 o'clock, second floor, City Hall. We have not met since the last one.
Thank you. Public Safety, Jay.
We have not met since the last meeting. Chief Patrick would like to have a meeting pretty soon, so I'll try to get that scheduled. So we may look at next week sometime if we can get everyone there, and I'll let Russ know so he can get that posted.
Good. Thank you. Public Works, Julie.
Yes, we met on July the 9th, and they're working on the chip and seal and taking out bad sections and leveling the street. They opened the restroom in Fire Tree. It's been closed for 6 weeks due to vandalism. They replaced a broken fire hydrant at 9th and Indiana. They installed 3 new water services. They also removed the bur oak tree at the cemetery at a cost of $4,500. Got transformers set at High School Addition, prepped it to pull wire there, and also at the new substation. On July 8th, they pulled wire on 3rd to Orange to High Street. They did 2,700 feet of wire in about 9.5 hours. They cleared the creek crossing at the old substation for the line to go through. The blinks that were happening were caused by trees burning on the wires and also because of high wind causing new wire to slap against the new neutral wire. Removed the primary wire and rerouted them to the northeast circuit. That cleared the blinks that were happening at that time. Catalyst compliance testing, units 7 and 8 were tested and passed with room to spare. Units are good for another 5 years. A Caterpillar 2 megawatt generator in a container has been found that could be an option to add more generation. Newton substation, 3 potential transformers have failed, giving incorrect voltage monitoring, which could create problems while attempting to generate. Mid-States is looking for replacements. Our next meeting is August 13th at 9 o'clock at the Public Works Building.
Good. Thank you, Julie, for a thorough report. Scott, do you want to say anything on strategic planning since we already discussed it?
Nothing on the calendar.
All right, thank you. Jay, do you want to discuss anything on Lake Advisory?
We have not met, and we keep getting pushed because we keep doing budgets, and which is fine. So we'll need to. I'll send an email out to our committee and get going. But the 10,000 that we're putting towards that's going to show a big leap of faith to everyone in the community that is wanting this fixed. And the biggest reason that the committee wanted they wanted us to have some skin in the game with them, and then that they really think by us doing that that will generate more donations now that people know that we mean business with it.
And it'll also help with grants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because that was one of the big questions as well. You're looking for grants, but you're not putting any money. So it helps. So
Good. Thank you.
mhm.
For city administrator and staff comments,
I'm good.
anyone? Move on to council and mayor. My only thing, Jay, have you heard anything yet on figures on the 4th of July? Can you say, or prefer not to? I mean, people were kind of asked me and I didn't know.
I don't know for sure. I think rough estimates, and Chief May, because I missed the last meeting because I was at my daughter's 11.8 is what was that. So still up from last year.
You guys did a good job.
So
Really did. It looked nice.
Yeah.
Edie, all of you did a great job. So the only thing I really have is I had my little meet and greet Saturday. It was not as well attended as I would have liked to see it, but still, Julie, thank you for showing up. I think there was a lot of good intercommunication between the citizens who were there. They appreciated it. They appreciated the fact that we were there and willing to listen and chat with them. So probably just pick a better date and better time next time. And that's all I really have. Now, I'd like to move into an executive session. Do I have some specific verbiage I have to ask for that?
I have a,
Julie?
Oh, I'm sorry, Julie.
I move that the city council recess into executive session with the mayor, city administrator, and the city attorney to discuss a privileged and confidential legal matter of the city. The open meeting will resume in this room at
10 minutes.
at 7:37.
Thank you. Move.
A second.
Opposed, nay. Oh.
that doesn't have anything to do.
Jay, got that? I always do.
And do I make a request for call the meeting back to order? Now ask for an extension.
After your motion.
Jake,
You guys want to go 15? Just 10 was a little tight. Okay.
I move that we go back into executive session for 15 minutes
Return at
for the same,
Attorney,
for,
privileged attorney-client communications.
for attorney-client privilege communications.
and we will return. It's about ready to turn 38.
So 7:53.
have a motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
For an executive session?
Call the meeting to order.
Good. Call the council back in session. Do I have a,
I move to adjourn.
thank you. Second motion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. Adjourned.
I did.